throughout the years. These 2 seniors we recognize this evening has been some long days, long hours on the ice and off the ice. First, we would like to recognize number 13, our right wing, Wyatt White. Joining Wyatt this afternoon are his parents, Bill and Glenda. From Manhattan Beach, California, Wyatt has played 3.5 seasons with the team. While these stats are only from the last 2 seasons, they still are remarkable. 38 games played, 14 goals, 20 assists, 40 penalty minutes. Wyatt is currently getting a degree in computer science. His honored mentions for favorite moment with the U hockey teams are Saturdays with the Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, number 13, Wyatt White. Of course, joined with his brother. The next senior that we'd like to recognize, number 30, our goalie, Mr. Landon Anderson. Joining Landon this afternoon are his parents, Greg and Christy Anderson. From Murray, Utah, Landon Anderson has played 3 seasons with the U. Once again, some impressive stats, unfortunately, just from the last 2 seasons. 37 games played, 20 wins, a .902 save percent average, 973 saves in those 37 games. That's a lot of games. Landon is majoring in kinesiology with a minor in business, and his favorite moment, and one of mine, winning the Wasatch Cup with his freshman year. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2 wonderful seniors, Wyatt White and Landon Anderson, you will be deeply missed from this team. We do appreciate everything you guys have done for this team. Congratulations, and Godspeed in your future endeavors. At this time, the starting lineup for this evening's match at 4-year University of Utah Skating Youths. At left defense, number 6, Logan Jackson. Right defense, number 28, Ethan Bannon. Left wing, number 24, Ethan Light. Center, number 15, Landon Landenberg. Right wing, number 19, Trent Gebhardt. And of course, in goal this afternoon, number 30, Landon Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you'll kindly rise and move your decks for the playing of the national anthem.
Utah gets a big chance in the power play early on to dictate play and pick up a goal. A shot by Dix hits the shin pad of a Rebel. Looked like it was Smith. Smith's off to the races. He has some space. He peels back, and now he'll send it across the zone. Sends it all the way back, and UNLV will reset it from their own side. Trying to kill the penalty here. Utah not really any chances so far yet. Puck play to the point, and it's intercepted and backhanded out of the zone by UNLV. Pass it in. Landon Kuziku wrists one back, or excuse me, blocker save by Wixon and blocks it to the far side corner. Just very quickly, we apologize for the technical difficulties we've been experiencing. We understand that you might not have been able to hear the broadcast. The puck's bouncing around in front of the crease. We understand you might not have been able to hear the broadcast. We hopefully have that issue fixed now. Apologize once again, and we thank you for your cooperation. Anderson, long stretch pass over to Langenbrunner. Cycles back across the logo. Pass over to Ethan Light. Space on the side. A shot. It hits the glove of Wixon and goes behind him. Utah takes it over. They set up down there. A shot. Pad save by Wixon. As there's a scrum in the far side corner. It looks like it's Jackson Wyatt. Puck's in between his skates there for UNLV, but it's freed there. Point to point it goes. Ethan Light. Stick handles, 25 to go on the Utah power play. Puck is sent down low. It's Michael over to Ethan Light. Ethan Light down to Michael. Tries to skate it in.
Nice chance by Michael, but he kind of got hauled down there in the crease.
Right idea. Gephardt sends it back over to Light.
Down to 10 seconds on the penalty.
And Phalig trying to win the puck out of the zone. He just does so, and he passes it over to Fisher. Fisher across the blue line, wrists one. Just goes behind the net. Utah will reset. Long stretch pass meant for Gephardt, but it's picked off by Mazzillo. Tape to tape it goes over to Smith. Backhands it in. Skates around. UNLV's back to full strength. Jackson plays over to Gephardt, who plays it off the wall to Light. Nice pass over to Gephardt. Gephardt skates it in, trying to get it in deep so his guys can make a change. Does a good job. Utah gets their skaters back on.
That's a nice heads-up play by Gephardt to hold the puck down in the zone because he knew he didn't have a chance to score, but it did give Utah a chance to have a line change without putting themselves at risk.
A couple of shots there on Anderson. He is able to save both of them. Puck's loose, one-time shot, and Anderson stands tall. Can imagine a very emotional night for Anderson, as it'll be the last time that he gets to man the pipes on his home ice. And even if Utah does make nationals, it won't be here, right? So this is the last time he will defend these pipes, and can imagine pretty emotional night for him. And of course, he wants to go out with a bang. So,
and talking to Wyatt Light, because again, we've said this before, I had the opportunity to interview he and Ethan Light, his brother. There is really something special for the guys who had to kind of go through the gauntlet in that transition from D2 to D1. It was such a big, important moment for the program, and it was a big challenge to put on these kids, right? To suddenly be told, all right, guess what? You're going to go and play with the big boys now. And they have responded beautifully. Right,
and Anderson, I believe, he started in the early years of M1, but you can still, the transition is a multiple year period, right? Just the year, your first year there, I mean, it's a multiple year thing, right? You have to get used to the play there, and there would be games where Jamestown and Minot would come in here, and it was ugly, right? And, Anderson being here and as the goalie, it's tough, right? When your team gives up 8 goals, every goalie feels like that's their fault, even though a lot of the time it really isn't. If you're losing 8-1, it's a team problem. It's not the goalie's problem, and it's a really tough. Goaltender is a very mentally tough position to play in hockey, and any goaltender will tell you that. And just having that confidence is very important, and he's found it. I mean, he's a very confident goaltender, and he's had such a great career here in Utah, and it's been a pleasure to watch, right? I mean, it really has been. And Wyatt Light as well. Unfortunately, he can't play on his senior night because of that bad injury he took, but doesn't take away from what he provided this program over the course of his stay here.
I think it goes both ways as well. I mean, for the players, the skaters on the ice, it helps knowing that you can be confident in your goalie and you don't have to go back there and, bail them out.
Right.
So it goes both ways, right? The goalie's going to feel responsible. At the same time, it helps the skaters play their game better.
Right, absolutely. They set the tone as Utah dumps it in. Wixon plays it out with his stick.
And I had such a good time on that interview with Ethan and Wyatt, and I'm going to tell you what a class act Wyatt Light is. Wyatt Light suffered that injury on the Missouri State game on the road the first night, and we had already scheduled the interview to happen that weekend. He got on that interview. He was great. He was funny, engaging, and after the interview, I found out he actually was sitting there with his knee swathed in cold packs and bandages. He had blown his knee out in that Friday game and still came back on the podcast, gave the complete interview, didn't even tell me. I can't tell you how professional and classy that is. I was really impressed with that young man.
Absolutely, and bright future for him. It's a computer science degree, so he's a smart guy.
He's a smart guy.
Very smart guy, yeah.
Very thoughtful guy.
Yes, yeah.
Very thoughtful guy.
That's not an easy major, and so faceoffs won. It'll be McCollum at the point. Nice couple of passes there by UNLV. Gallant eventually had the shot. It's wide. But yeah, to cap that off, we wish nothing but the best for both of those young men after they graduate from the University of Utah. This puck's bouncing around there. Dix takes it behind the net. He plays it off the glass, and because the glass is so short here, it will roll up and out of play. But also, we're not going anywhere. But our last broadcast of the season, so
yeah, I'm
kind of sad.
About that. We were talking about that. It's like that unexpected shortened end of the season. It's like I got to go through my grieving process. Man.
Yes, pretty unexpected finding that out. But there's a shot in front. Anderson makes a great save.
Excellent save. He had what was that? Burke right on top of him.
Puck's knocked free. It'll be Mazzillo, the captain here for UNLV, skates it in. He's in the near side corner, plays to the opposite side. Burke tried to wrap it around, but it's taken away by Noonan. He plays that one off the glass, just outside of the reach of Miller. But Miller will put pressure here on Johnson, and he does a great job winning the puck there.
Nice, good job. Wow,
Miller.
Great forechecking by Miller.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great play by him. Puck goes up and out of play. And it will be a delay of game.
And he gets a delay of game penalty called on the UNLV.
He does, yeah.
On Alec Johnson.
Alec Johnson to the box. Not sure what there is to complain about. That is, it's a roughing call. Wait, excuse me.
He got a roughing call probably for hauling Miller down.
I thought it was delay of game for the puck popping out of play in the defensive zone, but
yeah. So kudos to Miller.
That was a good play by Miller, good forechecking. And Utah back to the power play for the second time this afternoon. Unsuccessful on that first attempt as UNLV will bat it out of the zone to start this off. Roughing, was the call.
So good opportunity here for Utah, and they have the speed line out.
They're looking good to start this game. A lot better than they did yesterday. They're playing with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, the pace is definitely more even. I don't see UNLV taking control of this period so far.
Dix fakes a pass there, sends one up the far side. It's Michael Urtis who skated in. Nice drop-off pass. Lenny Kuzik winds one up, and it'll be gloved up by Wixon. When's Wixon's senior night? He's been around in this conference for a couple of years.
He's been around for a little while too.
Yeah. I can't wait till he graduates with a nice degree from UNLV, because that means we won't see him anymore. He's a fantastic goalie. And UNLV will just backhand this puck out, and Failer will follow it up. Anderson comes out to play. That's a smart play by him.
That's a classic Anderson play. He's aggressive. If he sees a chance to go out and basically get the puck right back into play, he'll take it. It's risky, but, it does help, basically get that quick turnaround, that quick transition. 1 minute, 3 seconds left in that penalty.
And sometimes it's the difference, right? Like a goalie that can play aggressively and comes out and is able to make passes across the zone. I mean, that's incredible. You see goalies that get on the assist board, right? Because they're able to send long passes and defeat your opponent in transition. One goalie that comes to mind from the NHL is Mike Smith. If you're any hockey fans out there, go look at Mike Smith when he was in his prime. He was able to make a lot of those great passes, and that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying Anderson's Mike Smith, but I'm saying he's got a similar stature where he's able to make incredible passes and try and catch the opponent in transition. As now it'll be Jackson who skates it in. Sends to the point.
Nice box.
Light winds up a wrister, and Wixon will cover it up.
Yeah, this is looking very good. Utah's looking very crisp on this power play. 38 seconds left in this man advantage for Utah.
Yeah, Utah still has a couple chances left, couple more rushes left in this power play. They win the draw. Jackson has it. Backhand pass over to Gibney. Gibney down low there to Michael. Michael stick handle over to Gibney again. Down to Michael. Skates it in. Backhand shot. Good save. Wixon. And it's still loose. Ethan Light recovers. Wrists one. Goes wide, but Gibney will pick this puck up. 18 to go on the man advantage for Utah. Puck cycled down low. Oh, nice stick there from UNLV, specifically that being Luke Burke breaking up the pass, forcing Utah to reset. 4 on their power play to go. There's a shot, it's deflected wide, and Johnson's out of the box. They're back to full strength. Light skates it in at the goal line. Oh, he was looking for Gibney, and now it's UNLV on the counterattack. Johnson skates it in. Nice poke check there from Music, who then hits him.
Bumps him off the puck. Good job, Music.
Brickley.
I'm liking this scrappy Utah team tonight.
He'll slide out. Music will chase after it. Plays it off the boards. Nice pass over to Erdis. Landakusic winds up a wrister. He scores! Jay Landakusic wrists one from the high slot, and it's 1-0 Utes.
You know, it's funny. You saw that building. You saw that play coming. It was building and building. Utah kept having those good chances. You know, 1-2 passes, rebounds, and it pays off.
What a shot there from
good on you, number 11.
And Utah takes that ever important
first lead
of the game. And as Anita said, you could see that building. It was a really good play from the Utes to find Landakusic, who is coming in, cycling in there as UNLV skates it in transition. They have a shot. Good save, Anderson. Puck played off the glass. And whistle's going to blow.
Boy, I tell you, Patrick, we've been so fortunate 2 weekends now to just watch 4 games of amazing hockey for these men's one contests.
Right. Number 6 coming in last weekend, number 3 coming in this weekend, and Utah number 18, right? So you see the replay.
Sorry, a little bit of delay on the replay, but you can see, how that play built up and then back of the net.
And UNLV will play from behind for the first time in this series.
I don't think they're used to playing from behind.
Yeah. Chased up there by Ethan Light. Tries to spin off a defender. Nice point pass to Dix. One-timer blocked by Demizio's skate. And now he'll end up with it after a pass. He skates it in. Skates past Dix. But it's taken away by Ethan Light, who comes back to help on defense. Plays it off the boards. Kephart backhands it in, and Utah will get a change. Johnson from behind his own net. Over to Mazzillo. Mazzillo sends a pass, but it's deflected out of play into the Utah bench.
Nice little close-up of our senior in goal, Landon Anderson.
Union will ring this one around the boards. Jackson will end up with it over to Miller. Miller makes a nice move. 3-on-2 for the Utes. They skated
Nice opportunity.
in. Gibney is pressured along the boards there, and that's some great defense there from UNLV. It looked like specifically that was Alec Johnson, and there's a penalty. That one is interference. But let's talk about Alec Johnson there. Utah to 3-on-2, and they stifled that immediately, and Alec Johnson does a great job of just forcing the play to the outside, right? That's your goal on an odd man rush like that, is force play to the outside, force it to the corner. They do a great job of that.
I was going to also say earlier, Alec Johnson did a really smart thing where they were kind of scrambling around after line change. He went back behind the net and he just held the puck to give everyone a time to kind of like take a breath, reset, and go. And that was like really heads up. And it's one of those subtle little plays, but, you know, mature play.
As I've heard before, there are no little things, right? Everything is so important. But like you mentioned, it's something as simple as that is super important. And
we've
there's
seen
a play in
Alec,
front, one-timer, bouncing around, it's still in front,
Another
and
chance.
whistle will blow.
We've seen Alec Johnson a few times, the Johnson brothers a few times.
But Utah back to the power play, and it's interference.
Really good chance there, too, in that first 5 seconds. And it looks like that's number 18, Luke Burke, who's going to be sitting for that interference call.
And Utah won the faceoff, but they overloaded the opposite side, so Landon Kusick wasn't there to take over the puck, so it goes all the way back into Utah zone. UNLV dumps it in, and they've burned about 25 seconds of their kills so far. Over to Erdis, who skates it in past
He's got
Landon
support.
Kusick. Makes a nice move. Landon Kusick, backhand shot. Good save, Wixon. But that's a really nice pass by Erdis. And the reception from Landon Kusick was on point. He's able to get a backhand shot off, but not enough space. So it'll be a pad save by Wixon.
Yeah, it really looks like Utah's offense is clicking today.
Yeah, this looks like a complete performance. I mean, it's only been
there you go.
15 minutes here in the first, but they are looking a lot better than last night. I can't emphasize that enough. As they really have to, like I said, must-win game for Utah if they're, you know, hoping to get into the national tournament, right? After you lose last night's game in, you know, a little bit of a dominant fashion by UNLV, you know, you have to make up for it for those rankings, and splitting with them can hopefully save them.
Well, we've also talked about that, you know, okay, you make it nationals. Don't forget, they're all going to be this good.
Right.
So it's not like the slope gets any, you know, less difficult.
Right. And all right, if Utah makes nationals, it's not we made nationals. You know that these players and the coaches, they want to win nationals. There's a shot good save by Wixon,
Absolutely.
right? They're not looking to just make it. They want to win it, right? And
Absolutely.
I mean, that goes as an obvious statement, but as for Utah, right, 18, right, not the best team in the country, but you know, you never know what happens at nationals, right?
Right.
I mean,
single elimination.
Right. And Anita mentions they're all this good, but also if you play the right game on the right day, right? You can win a really big hockey game and go on a run, right? And as you mentioned, peaking at the right time is important.
Right. Peaking at the right time.
It's, you know, anything can happen this time of year.
Staying healthy.
Yeah. I know that March Madness applies to NCAA basketball, but I think we can
oh, there you go. You just coined a new term.
Use it for ACHA hockey as well.
March Hockey Madness.
Yes.
There
There's
it is.
A shot. Deflects. Oh, it just goes wide. Good chance for the Utes there. 9 seconds left in their power play. Ethan Light winds up a shot. Good block by Felig. Ethan Light skating with it. Burke out of the box. He comes right out. UNLV back to full strength, and they kill it off yet again. But Utah's had some chances here on the power play.
Nice
move by
move.
Light. Opens up some space. He's getting triple teamed. He backs it in, and they'll get forced to the outside. It's good defensive play there by the Rebels.
Yeah, he kind of got outnumbered there. I think that was a 1-on-3.
He had some space in the neutral zone, but eventually UNLV just came in and suffocated triple team there. And now they'll have possession. McCollum plays it across the ice to Johnson, and it goes the full length. No icing. Was tipped. Puck played over to Erdis. He receives it, but it's turned over. Burke will play it to the stick of Johnson. Skates it in. Carter pushes him to the outside. Carter will peel back after receiving the puck. Plays it around the boards. Landon Kusick receives. He's got Johnson on his back. Now it'll be Urtis, plays it back to Landon Kusick. Puck bouncing around on his backhand, skates around a man, peels around, spinorama, and throws it towards the slot, but it's deflected out.
Well, you had two Utes players, Urtis and Langenbrother, waiting for that rebound, but the puck just didn't make it to him standing there in the crease.
Max Johnson a shot, a save by Anderson. It goes behind him. UNLV will cycle through. They have a shot. It never gets to the net. It slides wide. Smith there for the Rebels. Sends it back in towards the Utah slot. Puck deflects around there, and Utah will break it out. Flanders drops it off for Quinn.
Good job there by Moeller.
Miller in the corner there, doing a good job.
I'm sorry, Miller. Sorry about that, Bryce. Miller. 7-9, you know.
Miller, big hit.
I think Miller won that one.
And he's having a good game so far.
Yeah, he is. Another big hit by Miller.
Puck sliding in and
he's
from Miller.
He's the first one to charge over into that for that puck.
And he's getting hit after the whistle there, but he forces Wixon to cover that up. That's important, right?
Very important.
Wixon's a skilled enough goaltender where he's going to play that puck if he can. We saw that last night from Pavlison, but both these guys are so talented, right, that they're going to play the puck if they can. But if you apply that pressure immediately when they receive it, they got nothing to do but no choice but to freeze the puck.
And in my memory, Pavlison's a little bit more mobile than Wixon. He's not quite as agile as Pavlison. I think he's bigger. I mean, he's huge.
Yeah. I think he's 6'6", right? So he's a
so he's not
big
quite
guy.
as agile when it comes to like you say, actually handling the puck and moving it around.
Demizio here for the Rebels. Skates across the blue line. Dix pins him to the boards and takes the puck away. Gephardt drops back, and there will be a penalty on UNLV.
Yeah, you betcha. Delayed penalty, so Anderson heads straight for the box, and Utah's got the man advantage.
Michael skates in, drops it off, and Landon Kusik's pushed off the puck, and the whistle will blow. Penalty called against UNLV yet again. Looks like this will be their fourth penalty of the evening. And Demizio, man, we have seen him go to the box quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, him in the box, man, he's got like his special little spot right there. He's not too happy about it. I'm not sure why he's not happy about it. Like, you did it, dude.
He took a slashing penalty earlier tonight or this afternoon, and he'll take another penalty, tripping. Or another slashing call, excuse me. Looked like a trip either way. Utah one-time pass, there's a chance to stop. They shoot. Oh, it's just off the mark as there was some time and space for Landon Langenbrunner. Urtis drops back. Gives it over to Langenbrunner. Nice little drop-off pass to Miller. Miller will skate it in. It's poked away by Falig, and UNLV will clear it. As that will probably end things here in the first period, but UNLV is still going to put some pressure. Batusov there for the Rebels.
Nice tip.
But that will end things off here in the first period as Utah looking good.
Yeah,
so
I
far.
don't think that's what UNLV was expecting when they walked into the rink today.
Yeah, very complete 20 minutes there from the Utes. They lead by 1, but plenty of chance on the power play. UNLV kind of can't stay away from the box, so Utah's going to make it pay one way or another, but still plenty of time left in this contest, right? You got to defend that lead and add on to that score, right? You got to have insurance against a team like UNLV. So as both teams head to the locker room and take a break, we'll take a break here on the broadcast, and we'll be back here for the second 20 minutes of play from Salt Lake City between UNLV and Utah. Currently, it's Utah 1, Rebels 0 from Salt Lake City.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to game day fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to
Toss
the
them in
party!
sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the arts.
have no trip. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to real-world experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab and walk and see.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that. I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Oh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this would be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
This is Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts, so instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is gonna chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you wanna do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day is different, and I love that. I love showing up to work and going, what is on the plate today? Snowbird is my family, and Salt Lake is my home, and Frank is a great part of that. My name is Marguerite Van Komen. I'm a snowbird ski patrolman, and I am Salt Lake.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to Game Day Fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can.
Welcome back to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is Patrick McGann alongside Anita Tsuchiya. We're getting ready for the second period between Nevada, Las Vegas, and Utah. After 20 minutes of play, Utah leads the visiting Rebels by a score of 1-0. Pleasant change-up from yesterday. They came out of the gates tonight playing very good and looking very strong and looking very confident. And you know what?
The boys are inspired. They're trying to give Lando his senior day present.
Yes, yeah, and I'm sure these players are very much motivated to win this game for the seniors. A lot of these players younger. We've mentioned it on previous broadcasts before Utah bringing in
a very young team.
Huge influx of younger talent, right, in the last couple of years. So these are guys who will be around for a little bit longer, but you know, the guys who've been here for a long time, the Wyatt Lights and the Landon Andersons, Landon Kusick's been here for a couple of years, right? These guys know what it's like, and they want to give these guys a proper send-off, right? These are true leaders on this team, Wyatt Light and Landon Anderson. And we really wish that we'd be able to see Wyatt Light tonight. It's, you know, stinks that he's injured, but both these two gentlemen deserve a win tonight, and they're fighting hard for it. As we got a fresh sheet of ice, and we're underway. From Salt Lake City for period number 2, Utah will dump it in. They start this period on a power play, which has 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining.
And immediately now we're going to have a face-off. That didn't take long.
Right off the draw there. Right off the bat, we'll get a face-off.
Let's see what Utah has planned after their whiteboard talk for this period. I'm excited about this.
And that face-off is won by the Utes. They send it back to the point. There's Dylan Dix passing it over to Landon Kusick. He stick handles. Drops it down low for Erdis. Erdis kind of falls down there but maintains possession. Drops it off for Miller. Takes it back over to Erdis' spot. And now it's Landon Kusick once again. Landon Kusick plays a flipping puck all the way across the zone to Langenbrunner, who sends it over to Erdis. Erdis point pass to Dix. Landon Kusick kicks it. Spins around. He's got a man on. And there's a big hit in the corner from UNLV. But Utah keeps it in. Puck's bouncing around. There's a play in front. They shoot. Oh, what a save. Wow, I saw nothing but open net. I'm not sure how that didn't find its way in, but if it's Wixon who made the save, it's a good one. But it could have been a defender who blocked that shot as well.
Yeah, there were a lot of bodies, and like as you said, that near post was wide open.
Utah pouncing here on the power play with 17 seconds remaining. Langenbrunner can't quite get the pass off, so it bounces around, and Burke's there. Utah has a chance here. Langenbrunner across the zone. It's Dix down towards the goal line. 4 seconds remaining on the Utah power play. Demizio coming out, and there he goes. Pass across the zone, finds its way to Landon Kusick, who winds up a shot, and it's a good save by Wixon.
Nice shot right before Demizio could join the party there.
And now Demizio will skate it in with some speed. He's hit along the boards by Dix. He centers it. It goes across the zone, and Burke was there.
Ooh, he whiffed on that.
He did, right. He was right there to try and pound that shot home, but luckily for the Utes, he whiffs. Langenbrunner out there. Utah having a long shift as their power play line's still out there, so they're going to change it after Langenbrunner dumps it in. Utah out shooting UNLV 20-7 is our record show so far. And
again, it's like night and day between yesterday and today.
Right. And they got some shots in that power play too, so
yeah, they're making good use of that power play. They keep doing this, and they're going to start going in.
You just got to hope if you're Utah that you should keep getting those power play chances. I'm sure UNLV was told very fondly to stay out of the box. As Utah breaks it out, Light has some space. He skates it in, winds a wrister up. It's deflected from the stick of a Rebel there.
It's still in.
And it's still in the zone. Gephardt sends it loose. It hit the stick of Kyle Quinn. There's a one-time play intended for Gephardt, but it's deflected, and now UNLV
got a 3-on-2.
has numbers the other way. They skate it in. They'll go behind the net. That's Max Johnson. Drops it off there. Puck goes deep behind the net in the Utah zone. Manning for
nice
UNLV.
poke.
Has it. Utah can't quite get it out, but Michael was hacking there. Nice move there by
fantastic save by Anderson.
Wyatt, and Anderson makes a nice save. Wyatt was looking to dance around everyone. That's Jackson Wyatt. He is very much so an offensive defenseman. We've seen his moves and we've seen his skating ability, right? He's a defenseman. That's
he
where
scored
he's listed.
First goal
right.
last night.
He's listed as a defenseman on our roster here, and he's very offensive-minded. as that faceoff is won. Goes to the point to Wyatt again. Has a shot. It's deflected in front, but Brickley was able to save that one from going any further. Utah breaks out. Nice little pass there to Moeller. Moeller skates it across. He's got Wyatt on him. Passes it over to Gephardt. One-time pass.
There you go.
Oh, nice save by Wixon as Richards had a good go, but did
that
not
was
find
a
the back.
nice little setup by Utah on that offensive drive. Crisp, nice passes with speed, kept the speed up, carried the speed into the zone, and Wixon makes a save. But that was really good. I'm liking that.
UNLV,
keep doing more of that, guys.
UNLV wins the draw, and it'll be dumped in by Music. Puck comes out. Music on it once again. Nice pass to Richards, who dumps it in. Wixon out to play it with his stick. Plays it over to McCollum. McCollum over to Jackson Wyatt. Wyatt pass over to Max Johnson. Johnson a point pass, slap shot, and it does get there, but now with a lot of pace.
Yeah, I think that a little bit went kind of, instead of off the blade of his stick, a little closer to the heel, so he really didn't get a whole lot of power on that.
It's Gibney who skates it in. Winds up a wrister, rebounds there. Oh, rebound was not there, excuse me. I thought the puck went to the opposite side, but it's a good...
I think Wixon got a little lucky there that the net went off its moorings, because he also, I think, thought it went the other way. That rebound. So while they're resetting that, hey, we wanted to give a little bit of shout out to the team, our boys and the coaches, from the parents. So the D1 parents wanted to tell you their gratitude and thanks for the memories you've created. They appreciate how hard you've worked and how hard you've played and worked. And so they just wanted to thank you for giving them the opportunity to share those memories with you.
And hopefully some good memories will be created tonight.
So I could root for that. I could vote for that.
Dix plays it off the boards over to Michael. He dumps it in. Wyatt plays it around the boards. Landon Kusick intercepts. Strong will skate it in. Down to the goal line. Puck bounces. It's an uneven piece of ice there and bounces over a stick. Slides towards Anderson, and he'll cover it up.
Yeah, when you told me that the shots on goal was 7-20, with Utah being the 20 at the start of this period, I would have probably called you a liar.
Yeah, I mean it's a good performance so far from Utah.
And Utah still out shooting UNLV right now, 2-1. Oh, looks like we have a little bit of a discussion here.
Yeah, Noonan, he'll defend his team by any means possible.
Right, he won't back. He's one of the smaller in stature, but he won't back down from anyone.
No, he won't.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
He is. He's great off the ice too. He is, yeah. Great person.
Very personable kid.
He is. I don't know if I've told the story in the broadcast before, but I interview every player before the season for broadcast interviews.
Oh, yeah, that's a great story.
And he comes in, and most players are wearing like a Utah hockey shirt or a polo, and he comes in with like a Utah hockey hoodie, Utah hockey, shorts or sweatpants, whatever it may be, and he's got this bucket hat. And he, first thing he says is he walks in, he's like, "Can I keep the hat on for the interview?" And we're like, "Absolutely, you could keep the hat on for the interview. We'd prefer you do." And he's got a great personality. He's a funny guy. It was a bunch of fun to interview him before the season, and glad he'll be around for a couple more seasons. And above all, he's a great hockey player as well. I mean, for his size, a lot of players, like I remember last weekend, there was a bigger player on UCO who wanted to size Noonan up for a hit, and Noonan said that's not happening.
Well, the hit happened, and Noonan skated away,
right.
And the big guy was still on the ice.
Right. Now it'll be a nice pass from Music. Miller gets a tip on it,
so a tip on it.
It won't be icing. There's Failig for UNLV. Gibney and Miller put pressure on him in the near side corner, but he sends it to the opposite side. Alec Johnson.
Oh, big hit behind the net.
Yeah, Alec Johnson hits Miller pretty hard there. And It will now be Batusov skating it in for UNLV.
Great D by Music.
Hit hard. It's Gibney. Pass over to Brickley. Slaps one. It's a pad save by Wixon.
That slap shot was right on target.
And Wixon will play it as Utah's making a change. Mazzillo over to Johnson.
Alec Johnson.
Johnson tries to send a pass from the goal line, but it's intercepted. Bounces around, and Utah's able to get it out. Urtis tried to find Landon Kusick on a little bit of a desperation pass. He does get the puck, tries to send it across his own, but that's great defense from the Rebels.
That defender for the UNLV, I can't see his number. He laid down to break up that play.
That was Jackson Wyatt who made that play. Saving the play by all means possible.
Right, and he was outnumbered, so that, it worked.
Well, Landakuska shot from the pass of Carter, sticked away, goes to the opposite side. And now it'll be Manning who plays it over to Jackson Wyatt, skates it in, risks one, it goes wide. Gallant sends a pass that's intercepted by Landakuska, who gets it out, but it'll be Demizio who recovers for UNLV. Sends a pass to Gallant, who's got time and space. Gallant skates it in, shot, good save, Anderson.
Beautiful
Rebound
save.
loose, and it's whacked away by the Utes.
Boy, it's really tempting when a guy's coming down, bearing down on you one-on-one to back up, and Len Anderson knew not to do that, right? And stood his ground and made the save. Made it look easy.
Landakuska skates in, he's triple teamed though. But Anderson makes a save that's a really difficult save to make on a one-on-one chance there, and makes a big save. There's a pass sent to the slot, it's deflected out. McCollum plays it across the ice to Smith, who dumps it in. Noonan plays it across the ice to Music. Music dumps it in, and Wixon will play it immediately. Carollo over to Smith. UNLV skates it in. Active stick from Music, they're breaking up the play, but they'll still send it to the point. A shot from Johnson, the rebound's loose,
save.
And Utah recovers. Whistle
And we got
will blow.
a penalty.
Interference.
It might be on Utah.
And it will be interference against Landon Langenbrunner.
Hey, so one more message out there, and this is coming from the Landakusic family. They wanted to give a shout out to Che's band. It's Persona 749. Apparently he's on YouTube, so go check it out. And they also wanted to give a shout out to Che's niece, Jalen, and Grandma Mamam in Pennsylvania. We hope you're doing well.
And thanks for watching the broadcast.
And thanks for watching the broadcast.
All the way from Pennsylvania. So Utah's going to have to kill their first penalty of the game. UNLV controls here. It's McCollum at the point. Over to Smith. Smith skating down. He's at the goal line, waits. Point pass to McCollum. McCollum winds up a wrister. It's sticked away by Anderson. It'll be Strong. Point pass to McCollum. Sends it over to Max Johnson. Back across over to Strong. Strong to Smith. Smith down to the goal line. But Utah forcing the puck back to the outside. Strong, McCollum, Smith. Smith to the goal line. Johnson has a shot, rebounds loose, and it's whacked away by Gephardt just briefly, forcing UNLV to reset behind the net. Strong, Johnson, a slap shot, he scores! What a slap shot.
Boy, that was a
from
bullet.
Johnson, and he'll tie the game at 1 on the power play for UNLV.
That was a bullet on that slap shot.
I don't know if it gets better than that, folks, in the ACHA. That's a wired slap shot, as Anita mentions right there. He put that on a laser beam, and that was quite the setup. I mean, you could feel it for UNLV. Utah was doing a good job defending, but they just kind of dominated possession, right? They just kind of kept possession of that puck, and they're able to find the open slap shot, and they convert.
So tie game.
The one penalty Utah takes, they pay dearly for it. So UNLV will skate it back in. Utah will get their man back out of the box, that being Landon Langenbrunner. There's another play to the crease, and Noonan is able to hit the man off the puck, and now it'll be Landon Kusick back the other way. He's got Mazzillo on him, who's whacking his stick. Landon Kusick trying to win the puck after it hit the boards there. Pass sent to the low slot. It's taken away by Johnson, and goes to the stick of Mazzillo. Demizio skates it in, passes it over.
Good defense by Utah.
To Gallant. Johnson, oh, a big hit.
Nice hit, Ethan Light.
Ethan Light, Gallant on the puck again. Noonan plays it off the boards. Now it's Gallant, waiting for the numbers to set up for him. Johnson.
Clock's running down, 2 seconds, that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, that clock had run down already. I'm looking at the clock and there's nobody in the box. That was the old penalty.
Light skates it in as a shot, saved by the mask there of Wixon, and the whistle will blow.
Good pressure there by Ethan Light to really make Wixon have to, scramble to make that save. And yeah, kind of a face mask save. Those are loud,
Yeah.
Helmet will protect you, but I tell you, man, it's loud.
It protects you from getting hurt, but it still also hurts when you take a shot to the mask.
It still hurts, yeah, it still hurts.
Face-off won by the Rebels. They'll play it back. But it's intercepted by Music, who will just dump it right back in.
Ooh, a little bit of a bobble there by Wixon. I don't think he was expecting that puck to come back so quickly. He was a little bit out of position.
Pass over to Felig, but Brickley quickly fends him off the puck.
Here we go.
Cross-ice pass to Ethan Light, who'll skate it in. Skates it in, makes a nice move, but too many Rebels there. But he'll recover. Skates with it, puck on his backhand, makes a move, sends it to the point. Brickley dumps it in, it goes around the boards. Over to Carter. Carter plays it off the wall. Felig has it, skates it in. Fisher, pass back to Felig. Now it's Gibney for Utah. He backhands it in. Utah will get a couple of players changed out.
Yeah, not quite a full change, more like a half change.
Oh, a nice break up there from the stick of Moeller. Moeller throws it towards the net, just wide. Strong will pick it up for UNLV, slaps it out. Dick's able to backhand it right back in. Utah keeps it in. Miller over to Gibney. Back over to Moeller, stick handles, skates it in. Has some space, and
bit of a tangle up there.
Pack of Rebels will take it away. Strong plays it out.
Good job by Gibney there to intercept that.
Yeah, Utah looking really good right now, just keeping the puck on UNLV's end.
And Moeller was right on top of that, waiting for that rebound.
It's a solid stick save from Wixon, but yeah, Utah just keeping the puck on the UNLV side.
That was a very impressive shift.
Yeah, it was. That's UNLV can't score if the puck's in their end, right? So
Absolutely.
Utah not necessarily getting quality shots from that stint, but keeping the puck away from their own end.
Yep. Okay, boys, keep doing that.
Strong along the boards, and now it'll be played out. Smith skates it in, he's hit by Jackson. And then the puck goes up and out of play.
I think he got hung up between the netting and the glass up there on the top. It's kind of funny. Man, this is, yet again, this is like such a nice, fast-moving, fun-to-watch game that we are getting to see this weekend.
Yes, both teams looking good so far. Face-off won by UNLV. Johnson a shot deflected. Flanders plays it to the opposite side. Michael peels back. Now it's Smith, skates it in. Anderson sticks it away.
Good active stick.
Johnson plays to the point man who wasn't there. Mazzillo can't quite receive the pass. Now Utah skates it in. Landon Kusick can't quite get past those two Rebels. Now Flanders will take it the opposite way. Flanders a pass in, they shoot, and it's high, and it will go out of play.
I wonder if that almost, do you think that he shot it straight up? I almost thought it maybe ticked off a Landon's shoulder and kept on going
there.
up. Landon having a very nice game for his senior day.
He is.
I'm gonna miss that custom mask and those coordinated
he looks
pads.
Very sharp. He really does. Maybe he'll tell the new goalies how to get a custom mask made.
There you go.
So that puck goes all the way out. Gephardt gloves it, drops it, dumps it in. Barry over there for UNLV, and they'll get it out. Pass is deflected from the stick of Gephardt. But UNLV controls. Johnson peeling back to Carollo. Pass intended for the stick of Gephardt, but there was a man there. Langenbrunner will skate back. Passes it over to Music. Ethan Light ran into a couple Rebels there. They skated in. Johnson has some room. Wrists one.
2-on-2.
Doesn't get on net. Langenbrunner skates. He's got Carollo on his back. Nice drop back pass to Light, who wasn't quite expecting it, so he'll just dump it in. Carollo passes it over to Max Johnson, who sends it over to Wyatt, but it's picked off by Ethan Light. Puck sent over to Moeller, skates it in. Moeller has some room, wrists one, deflects off the stick of Jackson Wyatt. Demizio's pinned along the boards. Utah's gonna not quite keep it in as Light played it directly into a shin guard. A lot of back and forth hockey so far here. They skated in. Moeller has Demizio on his back. Plays it over to Gibney, who lets it go all the way to the point to Carter. Carter wrists one, just wide. Dix will play it over to Carter. It's picked off by Gallant, but then Carter does a good job getting back the puck. Goes back and forth a little bit there. Puck bouncing around, and Utah will get it out.
Oh, nice recovery.
Moeller still out there for the Utes, taking a long shift. Goes to the point. Miller there for the Utes, skates around. Has some space. Wrists one, and it's gloved up by Wixon. Stay tuned here to the Utah Hockey broadcast channels. We have a game coming up at 7:30. It'll be the Utah Women's 1 team facing off against Denver for their senior night. Landon Kusick has the puck. Sends it for a one-timer to Michael, but it's picked off. And out the puck goes. Played off the boards. Flanders won't give up on the play, though, but Erdis will take it over for Utah. Plays it over to Landon Kusick, who swiftly gloves that one down towards the ice and skates it in. Peels back, has a shot. It's blocked by Mazzillo. Rebound, he shoots, he scores! Logan Jackson hits the post and puts it in. Utah leads 2-1.
Boy, you can hear that clink all the way up here, and that was a sweet, sweet sound, folks. Utah gets the lead back.
And what a shot there from Logan Jackson. He's at the right place at the right time as Utah starts crashing in. Landon Kusick has that initial shot, and then Jackson's there for the rebound, and he wires one off the post. No chance there for the glove of Wixon. And Utah will reclaim their 1-goal lead that they took earlier on in this contest.
That's what I'm talking about, boys.
And that's later on here in the second period. That's a big goal for Utah. They get the fans back into it. And they'll control after the face-off. It'll come in. Langenbrunner stick handles it. There's Light, who tries to skate it in, but the UNLV defense forces that play to the outside. Shot. It's blocked by the skates of Carollo. And now Johnson will get this out here for UNLV. They'll dump it in. They'll chase after it. And it will be icing against UNLV.
I think that icing kind of indicates UNLV being in a little bit of confusion right now. I think they're still kind of shocked about that second goal. Kind of wondering what happened.
Nice goal there from the Utes. That comes at a huge juncture of the game, right? Closing periods of the second period.
Right, if they can hang on to that lead, that means they'll have 2 periods going into the locker rooms ahead of the team, ahead of the UNLV. Of course, we still have a few minutes to play.
He's just getting that goal so the coaching staff isn't unhappy in the locker room, right? Saving everybody's saving everybody
extra fartleks at the end of the game.
But in all seriousness, that's a big goal for the Utes, as I mentioned. It's good positioning, right? Jackson, he's kind of coming in for a defender, right? Utah's crashing the net, and then Jackson, as he's crashing, finds the rebound. And that's why you crash the net, right? I mean, that's why that's a strategy in hockey, and Utah plays that one. And Jackson, I say being at the right place at the right time as if he's lucky, but no, it's a keen move on positioning. And so...
Well, and there is a saying, luck is the residue of design. I think that's what a good way of describing Logan Jackson's luck.
There's a one-time shot, and it was a little bit of a weird shot from the stick of McCollum as the puck was floating like a knuckleball towards Anderson. And those pucks
are tough.
Yeah, those aren't tough. Those are tough to track down. So Anderson makes a nice save. Face-offs won there by UNLV. They send it towards the point. Saucer pass intended for Falig, but it goes to Wyatt. He has a shot sticked away. Anderson, puck's loose in the slot, and then it'll be Moeller who skates after it. Moeller into the zone, and he's offside. Maybe that last move at the line there cost him that whistle.
You know, you mentioned last night wanting the crowd to get into it. I would say today's crowd is doing a pretty good job. They're pretty loud here today.
And I'm actually pleasantly surprised, like you mentioned earlier on in the game, this is a great crowd for a 4:30 start.
Right. And they're getting rowdy. They're feeling it.
Right. Hopefully that they'll stick around and pack the place even more for the women's game coming up after this, as I mentioned.
Yep. University of Utah women going to host University of Denver Pioneers.
As this is the last home weekend here for hockey at the SLC Sports Complex. That puck does stay in. I thought it went out. There's a shot.
I'm sorry. It just feels like you're lying to me. It can't be true.
There will be a tournament hosted here so that, technically the M2 Utes will probably get some, quote, home games just because they're hosting, but that's postseason hockey, right? So last weekend of regular season play. Demizio behind the net. Final 2 minutes of the second period. UNLV getting outshot 35-19. Utah outshooting them 15-12 this period. Here comes Langenbrunner, picks off a pass, wrists one. It's a good save by Wixon.
And Langenbrunner makes it 36.
Here comes UNLV. They have a shot, and that goes out of play after it was deflected. Faceoff will stay in the Utah zone.
And as you mentioned, when we see them now, the
warming up.
Utes are running the concourse, getting warmed up.
Face off, won by Utah. They control. They send it around the boards. It's backhanded out. And UNLV dumps it right back in. They're not just going to cruise into the intermission, folks. UNLV wants to get this one back before the period ends.
Yeah.
And I think it's critical for Utah. I mean, might sound like an obvious statement, but if you surrender a goal here in these next minute and 14 seconds, right, that
you let them back into the game.
Right, yeah, that destroys any momentum you've built, right, going into the locker room. So then you have a full 20 minutes of, a tie game. So for Utah to stay strong in these next minute and 14 seconds is extremely important.
And I think mentally, right, it's mentally important to say we have gone into 2 periods now leading.
Right.
Each period. That's actually that can actually create a difference for the team that's ahead and for the team that's behind. I guarantee you, UNLV was not expecting this result at the end of 2 periods.
There's a big hit in the near side corner. UNLV breaks it out. They skated in a minute to go. Flanders a wrister. It's off the mark. But they control. It's strong. Pass over to McCollum skating in, and Anderson does a great job gloving that up. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, come on. That's not funny.
Yeah, some post-whistle activities. They might box up McCollum here for that cross-check.
To the head. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, he'll take a seat. He's not happy about the call. They might box a Ute, though, as well.
For post-whistle?
The door was open. It's a cross. Yeah, so that is the call. The cross-check from McCollum to the head of Music. And it looks like Utah will get a power play out of this.
Yeah, because we saw the players kind of bunching up, but looks like it's going to be just McCollum.
And that'll be the 5th infraction there for UNLV.
Yeah, you know, you're right, Patrick. UNLV's coach, I'm pretty sure one of the things that's going to happen in this intermission is you guys got to stay out of the box.
Yeah, 5th chance for Utah on the power play. As the faceoff's won and sent to the corner. Gallant rings this one around the boards. It will come out of the zone, forcing Utah to reset and kill some time remaining in this second period. And on the kill there for UNLV. Landon Kusick across the logo there. Skates in, puck on his backhand, sends it to the slot.
Nice drop.
Jackson White takes it away with 25 to go in the second. Point pass taken away again there by UNLV. That time it was Batusov. And then the puck goes all the way out for Utah to reset. 13 to go. Landon Kusick has some space, skates it in the near side and tries to dance around Wyatt there, but he wasn't having any of that. He tips the puck out, and that looks like it'll end things here in the second period. As after 40 minutes, we have a very exciting contest in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, folks, how about that?
The number 18
Not
Utes.
bad for number 18.
The number 18 Utes knocking on the door here of the number 3 UNLV Rebels.
Making them sweat a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to win tonight, you're going to have to earn it if you're UNLV. Same with Utah, though. They still have 20 more minutes left to be played to earn this. What would be a huge victory for them, but as both teams...
First things first.
Yeah, first things first. We have 20 minutes left to be played, and we'll get one last break for the second intermission, so we'll see you here for the final 20 minutes. Don't touch that remote. We got a barn burner in Salt Lake City. As we head to the break, it's Utah 2, UNLV 1. We'll be back with more hockey here from the Beehive State.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to game day fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Sea of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the arts.
Time, no trap. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to real-world experiences.
Welcome to a great education.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get out, pick up and walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get out, pick up and walk and see.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Oh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this will be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
My name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts. So instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is gonna chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you want to do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day is different, and I love that. I love showing up to work and going, what is on the plate today? Snowbird is my family, and Salt Lake is my home, and Frank is a great part of that. My name is Marguerite Van Komen. I'm a Snowbird ski patrolman, and I am Salt Lake.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to
Welcome back to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is Patrick McGann alongside Anita Tsuchiya, and we're getting ready for the final 20 minutes of play from Salt Lake City between number 3, UNLV, and number 18, Utah.
Boy, folks, I hope you're enjoying this as much as we are. This game has just been exciting, nonstop, end-to-end action.
Absolutely, and you can feel the excitement in the building, folks. You can tell, looking down at the tunnel, where Utah was coming out just moments ago. They are ready, and they want this badly.
Everybody in the house knows what Utah's playing for.
Everyone knows what's at stake, right? And Utah wants it badly. Now it's out there. Just go out and grab it. And UNLV, of course, as I actually have not mentioned this tonight, but they have not lost a game in conference play to this point. They have won every single game they have played. They still have many more conference games to be played, but they are the last remaining team that's undefeated in the WCHL. And Utah ended that for UCO last weekend, and they're going to try to do that tonight against UNLV as we start the final 20 minutes of play from the SLC Sports Complex. UNLV will dump that out immediately as Utah, as they started out the second period, they will start the third period off with a power play that has 57 seconds remaining as they have a 5-on-4-man advantage. Of course, the WCHL title out of the reach for Utah, but you can play spoiler.
Well, and again, you know, the program is growing, the program is building, and every time we play these tough teams at the top, you know, Utah comes away having learned something, getting some really important experience. One of the things that, you know, they do need to learn is that how to realize how good they actually are. And you can't figure that out until you play teams that are this good.
Right. There's a play that's sent around the back of the net, and it does deflect up and out. With not even a minute expired here in the third period. With 25 seconds remaining on Utah's power play, but man, tensions are high to start this third period. But UNLV, I guess you could say Utah and both these teams have been here before, right? UNLV, they schedule yearly games. Their out-of-conference games are pretty strong, right? They play Liberty. They play Minot. They play the top teams in the ACHA M1 ranks, and you know, they know how to play in situations like this. But either way, Utah also playing in a lot of tight games. That UCO game last weekend ended up coming down to the wire, and Utah did what they had to do. It's Ethan Light in the Utah end as the penalty for
winding down for McCollum.
Nevada Las Vegas is coming to an end. McCollum getting ready to sprint out of the box. He does so. There's a shot. It's wide. And he'll receive the puck immediately out of the box. Make a nice backhand pass to Smith, but right into a triple team of Utes. Michael takes it away and gives it over to Gibney. Gibney tape pass there over to Noonan. Noonan pass back over to Michael. Puck rolling back to Noonan, who plays to the stick of Miller.
Nice little pass.
Miller skates in, has some room, makes a move. Miller, a shot just wide. As Noonan will send this one around the boards. Winning the puck there for UNLV is Johnson. It gets out, but Music slaps it right back in there.
Right on goal.
And Wixon will stick it away. Here come the Rebels. Barry plays that one forward to Johnson. Johnson skates it in, point pass. Burke to the point, to Mazzillo. Rister, it's deflected. Goes behind the Utah net. Johnson's there. Over to Wyatt. Johnson in front, wrists one. Anderson makes the save, and Utah picks it up, and they'll get it out. Mazzillo. In the zone they come, it's Wyatt. Stick handles a shot, and Anderson, no problem.
He's got it all the way. And Patrick, you mentioned that the women are following the men's game. It's also seniors night for the women, so we'll be having a ceremony honoring our outgoing seniors for the women's one.
And Utah wins the faceoff. Michael with some speed, just can't quite get past Mazzillo there. It'll go all the way behind the UNLV net, but nonetheless a good faceoff win by Utah to get the puck all the way back down into the UNLV side. Finds the back of the net, and Utah takes a 2-goal lead. It looks like it was Michael actually on the goal.
Sorry, Michael, right. Michael was right there on the doorstep waiting for that rebound. Nothing Wixon could do about that.
And that's a crucial
insurance goal
for the Utes, and they pick it up. And Michael gets some insurance for the Utes. And now it's about defending that lead with 17 minutes to go as Utah comes out of the locker room with some juice.
Right, and again, this is it's kind of like, you guys are making me sound smart. That pressure is paying off, right? They've had these good scoring chances. They kept it up. They've kept the pressure on, and as you can see in the replay, nothing wrong with that play.
No, I mean, it was great for Michael to follow his own rebound up there. UNLV a chance right away, and it'll skitter out of the zone. Light chases after it, trying to beat McCollum, and McCollum will get a stick on it and send it back. UNLV catching, or Utah, catching UNLV on their heels.
Oh,
they skated in. Denizio has some
Carter.
room. There's Denizio a shot. Oh, and it's deflected. Nice block
that was
there
Dix.
by Carter.
Oh, Carter, excuse me, getting in the way.
UNLV dumps it back in. They'll change.
A little bit of a mishandle there that UNLV tried to capitalize on.
Light has the puck here in the neutral zone. Skates with it. Wrister.
Nice wrister.
And it's saved by Wixon. The rebound is loose. UNLV recovers. They get it out. Brickley. Pass over to Music, who dumps it in. Utah will follow this up. Gibney. Puck in the far side corner. But UNLV takes it away. They'll break it out. Petusev to the stick of Fisher. Fisher over to the Petusev. Tries to get it back to Fisher. Music deflects the puck. There's a shot there. UNLV did get a shot up. They get the rebound, and Anderson makes two great saves with his pads on the doorstep. Oh, a mishap for UNLV, but that last little whack at the puck by Carollo.
Great heads-up play by Carollo.
And an odd man rush for Utah. Moeller skates it in, and the puck bounces between his skates, and Utah will have to regroup. Carollo there will skate the puck in. Taken away by Michael. Well, Falick had it, but Michael takes away. Nice play off the boards. Michael will skate it in. Two Rebels on him there. Wrists one, and Wixon can't quite save it initially. He does pick up the puck off his pad, and it's a good save. But Utah
really putting the pressure on.
Not sure if I mentioned this yesterday, but Utah, as a WCHL member, this is the second season of that, has not beaten UNLV.
Oh, in the 2 years that they've been a member of the WCHL, because they joined at the same time.
Right, and they have had numerous nail-biter down to the wire games.
Right, yeah, they almost always feel like that.
Yes, but they've just been short, as what's obviously the current result holds.
I think what's also key about the importance of this win is I believe this is the highest UNLV has been ranked in those contests when Utah has faced them.
You're absolutely correct. That is also the truth. UNLV at 3, they have a shot. It's deflected wide, but still 15 minutes to be played for Utah and UNLV, but UNLV is not just going to let Utah have it. It's bouncing around, and Anderson makes a good save.
Great heads-up play by Anderson. That puck was just dancing around, bouncing around, kind of anybody could take a whack at it. Great cover there by Anderson.
And we talked about this before, but Utah coming in on the season the just above 500 record, right? They had a tough start to the season, but the strength of schedule got so much higher here in the second half of the season,
Yeah,
right?
it
Playing
absolutely
UCO
did.
and UNLV. And you can't help but let your mind wander into what next season could look like.
Yep,
and
it's a very encouraging sign for next season.
If you split with Arizona State, or even maybe take, let's say you split with Arizona State because you got swept by them this year, but then maybe you take 3 of 4 from U of A, right? You sweep GCU again. Things could be a little bit different, but this Utah team is now proving they can run with the big boys. Number 6 last weekend, number 3 this weekend. This game's tight. There's a shot. Anderson makes a save. It's slapped out by the Utes.
Be interesting to see who we face from the Eastern Division next season. I mean,
Right.
we're kind of lucky with UCO this season by getting to face such a strong team.
You got to play the 2 best teams in the Eastern Division this year, Missouri
Right.
State and UCO. As UNLV comes in, they have a shot. It's deflected, and Anderson gloves that one up. Yes, it will be interesting to see who those Eastern opponents that Utah draws at home and on the road, of course. And it'll be interesting to see what the stretch down the stretch looks like, right? This season, it was like, oh boy, back-to-back weekends, we got UCO and we got UNLV, right? We as soon as we saw that, we're like, okay.
It's going to be a kind of important couple of weekends here.
Right, and you couldn't have asked for anything better from Utah for last weekend and this weekend so far. I mean, obviously a disappointing result last night, but so far tonight, it's looking good.
And Utah just is playing a much crisper,
They are.
much better game tonight.
Moeller wins the puck. He skates and he's got 2 men on him. He peels back. Just does a great job keeping possession. He stick handles around a guy.
Moeller still
and eventually loses it. But, man, he made a couple nice moves there. Here comes Max Johnson across the line and into the zone.
Good defense by Utah back in their zone.
Miller plays it over to Moeller. Drops right in front of him, almost like a passing football
Over
there.
the shoulder pass.
Yeah. There's a shot sticked away by Wixon. And the Rebels will skate it in. Like I believe I mentioned, these Rebels are not going to go down without a fight. There's a shot.
Absolutely not. You don't get to be number 3 by just laying down when you're behind.
No. That puck will go the full length. Mazzillo will have to chase after it. No icing. Wixon will play a pass over to Manning as Utah gets a change. Manning back to Mazzillo, who dumps it in. There's a shot. It's deflected wide to the opposite side. Gallant, point pass. Mazzillo has a shot. Anderson makes the save.
Cool as a cucumber. And just like that.
Utah also out shooting UNLV. 6-3 in the third period and 41-26 here.
Yeah, so the shots on goal were pretty even in that second period. Really lopsided in that first period, 20-7 with Utah ahead. Then even up 15-16, and as you pointed out, Patrick, 6-3 right now here in the third.
Yeah, that first period, of course, I think Utah had 3 or 4 power plays, which leads to maybe that bigger differential in the first, 20-7.
And really commendable. I mean, that's the thing you want to see. You want to see Utah with putting up. The other thing that happened last night is I believe Utah only ended up with 33 shots on goal for the whole game. So this is a much better number.
And also something that I've noticed tonight is Utah is keeping the puck on the UNLV side much more often.
Right.
And if the puck's on their side, Langerbutter wins the puck. He has it. Pass over to Ethan Light. Backhand shot. What a save by Wixon with his pad.
Boy, Ethan Light had him turned around because Wixon wasn't expecting Ethan to make a little spin move, and I don't know how he was able to get his pad out in time to block that shot, but great move by Ethan Light, first of all, and then great save by Zach Wixon.
He had to shoot on the backhand, which might contribute to the decrease in lift, but it was a great pad
It was a
save.
quick bang-bang shot and a quick bang-bang save.
And a great play. Let's commend Landon Langerbutter for not giving up on that play and forcing his will on that UNLV defender there, right? He just forced himself into that play and just did not give up on the play, was able to get a backhand pass in, and it was tic-tac-toe and just missing on the opportunity was Ethan Light, but it was a great backhand shot. But you just got to commend also Wixon for making a good save. Sometimes it's mano a mano, goalie and skater, and you know what? It's it can go either way, but
it's the best kind of hockey.
Right. Face-off taken away there by UNLV. It's Falik behind his own net. Oh, Utah takes it away. They score! Wraparound goal! Utah takes a three-goal lead.
Wixon got caught sleeping on that one.
Gephardt catches Wixon off guard completely, and Utah takes a 3-goal lead.
Now, we talked about mano-a-mano. Gephardt was the man on top on that one. He caught Wixon totally asleep on that one. Wixon left that far post wide open.
And he just the speed,
and
right?
Gephardt makes him pay.
Speed kills. Gephardt just wraps it around as quickly as he can, and he tucks it away. And Utah can smell it. They can feel it coming their way. The momentum all Utah right now. Utah's in the zone. Gibbity wins the puck. He's behind the net. As UNLV breaks it out, it's strong. They skate it in. Smith. One-time play. What a save by Anderson.
Wow. That's what I call an insurance goal.
Miller plays it off the wall. Carollo intercepts. Tries to send it in. He will. Flanders will skate it in on the near side. Smith loses an edge.
Boy, you can really feel the tide turning right now. Utah looks lively. They look psyched, buzzed.
Here comes Landa Kusic, skates it in. Wrist one. Good save by Wixon. Utah keeps it in. It's Moeller. This is the best I've seen this team play all season long. The momentum is clearly in their favor. Shot. Anderson makes the save. His mask comes off. They have to blow the play dead.
Absolutely.
And Anderson uses his face to make the save.
So remember we talked about that in the previous period. It stings. That one hit Anderson hard enough to knock his mask off his face. I guarantee you he's going to feel that one tomorrow. That's gonna be a little sore tomorrow. Now here's the critical thing. I hope he's not having a mask problem.
He might be broken. Coming over to the bench to
because it kind of caught him on the upward side, and you heard a crack up here.
I've never seen that happen where a goaltender's mask comes off because of the shot.
It popped right off.
And also, not only does it, it also hurts, right? We said it just protects you from literally taking a puck to the face, right? It still hurts when the puck hits your mask. It's also super loud, especially that,
loud.
right?
So take
jarring.
a 5-gallon bucket, put it over your head, have your friend come over and whack it with a broomstick.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. It's loud.
Very, very loud. Anderson going to get help with his mask there.
I tell you, man, not only is Utah playing the best, I think this is one of Anderson's best games that I've seen him play this season as well.
And you know what? I think the reason why he's playing so well is because he is cool, calm, composed, and confident, right? I mean, he knows he's playing a good game, and that confidence is huge. I've talked about it on previous broadcasts. When a goaltender has confidence, they feel like they can do anything, and he's been playing excellent so far tonight. Obviously, still 10 minutes left in the third.
And it permeates the team.
Right.
It really does. I mean, his cool, calm, confident demeanor permeates the team, and Utah looks like they're the dominant team right now. They're the dominant team, and UNLV looks kind of confused.
And this place is loud, right? I mean, not with the stoppage, but I mean, it's loud.
Yeah, this place is loud.
What a treat to the fans who came out tonight.
Yeah, and for the seniors on Senior Day.
Yes. It's not over yet, but
nope, not over yet.
Utah, like I said, they can smell it at this point. You have to close it out down the stretch here. As we said, UNLV will not go away quietly.
Nope. And Utah really has to keep their head. So now the key is don't lose your cool. No dumb penalties. No dumb plays. Because you've got a very respectable lead. Just, make sure we keep the pressure on.
Jackson skates in and has a shot sticked away by Wixon. Burke there for UNLV. He'll flip it up and into the air, and it will go out.
You know what I think it is? I think it was the parents. It was the parents cheering them on. We're going to give 100% credit to our parents for cheering on our boys.
Langenbrunner against Gallant here in the face-off dot. Off the tie-up, it goes back into the far side corner in the UNLV zone. Pass goes over to Gephardt.
Whoops.
He slaps it into the zone. As UNLV will play it out. Got a rowdy bunch of students here tonight at the game.
Apologize for making you crack up, Patrick. Yeah, we have a rowdy group, and they're having organized cheering over here in one corner.
Light's
It's
got some
actually pretty-
space. He's skating in. McCollum gets back. Light skates it in. One-time pass for Gephardt, just off the mark.
Boy, they had Wexon beat. If he could have, Gephardt could have gotten solid wood on that.
Langenbrunner has a shot, and it's gloved up by Wixon.
Solid wood on that. Wixon would have been in trouble.
Great job by McCollum getting back with everything he had in the tank.
Yeah, you can see him just like he's got to make that play.
He's going back to the bench. I'm sure he'll be out of breath after that. But he saves a goal. And face-off will be won. Carollo there over to Strong. Strong, a pass over to Smith. Smith skates it in. One-time pass taken away by
Picked
Miller.
off.
Plays it off the glass, and the whistle will blow. Penalty, roughing. Looks like it's against Cole Music.
Say the body language was, it was kind of obvious. Like Cole's like, yeah, whatever.
And if you remember, UNLV, the one goal they have comes from the power play,
From the
right?
power play.
So this is Utah's chance at redemption here.
And Utah's been really good and smart about staying out of the box.
Right. I think this is their second penalty of the game.
The first one was the power play goal, and yes, you are correct. The only other penalty so far.
And you see what happens when Utah's able to stay out of the box. I mean,
good things happen
the result
when you stay out of the box.
is speaking for itself right now. But UNLV, this is a huge chance. If you get one here, it changes the whole complexion of this remaining game time left.
Of which we have 8 minutes and 40 seconds with 1:42 left in the penalty.
And you know UNLV, they know how important this power play is. Puck goes into the near side corner. It's played up to the point to McCollum.
Right, they know how to play under pressure.
Burke has the puck. Point pass to McCollum. Opposite side. Smith sends it down to the goal line to Johnson. Johnson to the point to McCollum. Lets it go all the way down low to Smith. Smith hit by Jackson. That's a nice little move. UNLV at the goal line, they're trying to press it in here. McCollum calling for it at the
Sneak it in
point.
through traffic.
McCollum a shot from the point. It's deflected, never gets to the net. With 50 seconds remaining in the power play for
Michael
UNLV.
sends it down. 45 seconds left in the penalty against Utah.
Here comes Gallant. Skates it across the blue line, makes a move, has a shot. It goes wide.
Hey, folks, if you're listening to this game and you're at the arena here, please do not use an air horn. You can actually cost the team a penalty, so we appreciate your cooperation.
UNLV skates it in, there's a shot, it goes wide. And it'll go the full length with 10 to go on the penalty here for Utah.
Music's on his feet. He can't wait to get back into the game.
Long pass on over to Wyatt. He comes right out of the box from the puck is right in front of him there. Wyatt skates it back. And Utah kills the penalty. They skate it in. Shot by Flanders, saved by the shoulder pad there of Anderson. It's Miller who stick handles and plays it against the boards. Flanders skates it in again, makes a move. It goes to the outside. Sends a one-time pass, and nobody's there. It will go all the way down to the UNLV side, where Wixon will come out and drop it off for Quinn. Here come the Rebels. It's Batusov, and it's taken
nice
away.
poke check.
Ethan Light's able to grab that puck and skate it in. Nice move by Light. Skates in. He shoots. He scores! Ethan Light, what a move! It's a 4-goal lead for the skating Utes, and number 3 UNLV's officially on the ropes.
Hey, UNLV, nice to meet you. We're Utah. We play hockey.
And what a couple of moves there from Ethan Light, and he just buries it.
Not beautiful couple, like you said, beautiful couple moves, high speed, and dekes out a defender, dekes out Wixon, and we, as you say, Patrick, it's 4 up.
6 minutes to go. It's Demizio skates it in as a shot. Anderson makes the save with Gallant right in front of him there. Now it's Landon Kusick. He skates it in. And it's gloved up by Wixon. Folks, UNLV beat Utah 6-1 last night, and Utah's threatening to do the same tonight.
Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea.
They are fully trying to reverse what happened last night, and they're doing a good job.
They're fast learners.
Face-off won by the Utes. It's Dylan Dix at the point. Wrist one, blocker save by Wixon.
Boy, if I'd known it worked so well, I would have read a parent's greeting every game, every home game this season. Why didn't I think of that? You can also see the women's one from Denver team lined up along the end glass there, watching the end of this men's game.
It's hard not to watch. I'll tell you that much.
It's true. It's pretty exciting hockey. All right, the net is back in place.
Face-off won by the Rebels. Utah takes control. It's Ethan Light. Makes a nice move. He skates it in front. Oh, he probably should have passed it over to Gephardt. It was right there, and then Wixon makes the save, but he was looking for the next one. But either way, Utah, chances aplenty in the third period.
And now Wixon is down on one knee. That body language tells you everything, folks, about what's happening in this game.
Yeah,
Wixon knew he was beat, and if he didn't have that defender in front of him, that would have been a second goal in less than 2 minutes for Ethan Light.
That face-off's won by UNLV back to Mazzillo. Now it's Johnson. And Utah picks off the pass yet again. It'll be Langenbrunner skating it in. Makes a move, trying to get it over to Light, but it's picked off by Wyatt. Cole Wyatt there. Wyatt tries to dump it out. Utah takes it over. Langenbrunner has the puck. It's bouncing around, maintains control down low to Ethan Light. A shot, and the net comes off. No whistle. They just put it right back in play. Johnson plays it out. Oh, and
bit of a turnover there.
Nice shot there by Max Johnson. Alec Johnson to Max Johnson there. And
I tell you, this crowd is really into this game. We're down to less than 5 minutes, folks.
Cole Wyatt mishandles the puck, and it'll bounce out of the zone. UNLV resets. Moeller knocks it loose. Miller has some room. Miller into the zone. Backhand shot. Good save by Wixon. It is just all Utah right now. 100% Utah. UNLV cannot get anything started. Utah stifling every chance that they get. Flanders skates it in. Has a pass intended for Smith, goes to the other side.
UNLV's plays are they're just falling apart. They can't get 2 passes in a row together.
Puck slipped out of the zone, played by Moeller. No high stick, waved off on the play. Carollo over to Flanders, and the pass is errant. Goes over to the Utes. That was Brickley who dumped it in after Miller got a piece of it.
Utah doing this really interesting thing with their changes right now. They're sending out a couple of guys at a time to keep everybody fresh and on their toes.
Anderson comes out to play this puck. If this current result holds, it'll be the first win for Utah over UNLV in the WCHL era for Utah. And they played a lot of close games, and this one
and I think it
might not end up being close.
And I think more importantly to what you said, the first loss for UNLV this season against WCA. Wow.
Nice job by Miller, who dives out.
His body. But the first loss by UNLV in conference and not a substantial loss, not a close one.
Oh, right. Every one of these, you'd assume Utah's first win over UNLV would be a nail-biter, but this game isn't close right now. This is Utah just laying it on.
Putting a stamp on it and saying, done. Stick a fork in it, baby. You're done.
Hey, ACHA, everyone's put on notice there. This is Utah, and that play is flipped. The puck is flipped up and into the zone. Oh, my goodness, a huge hit by Dylan Dix. And he'll be called for a penalty. And I'd be interested to see what the call is here. Interference would be my guess. It shouldn't be boarding. It wasn't on the boards. Elbow, okay.
Oh, elbow. He's laughing.
Yeah, he is. Not happy about it, but...
He's not happy because he realizes that this is a bit of a risk, right?
Right.
Given UNLV the man advantage. But, again, it's a 4-goal lead. We only have 3 minutes, 18 seconds left in the game.
And UNLV, their one goal is from the power play. One-time shot, and Anderson saves it.
With a flourish. A little bit of a glove first to let him know, you know, I had that all the way. Give me more like that. Give them all to me. I got them.
Anderson facing 30 shots so far tonight. Barry, tape to tape it goes at the point.
And on the other hand, Wixon's had to face 51. That's a lot of shots.
That is a lot of shots for Utah. So there's a shot, never gets to the net, it goes wide. It's behind there, and Utah clears it.
Nice clear. You know, it's kind of a reversal, not only of the score, but the shots on goal, the stats. It's like they're telling the story. Yep.
The entire script has just been flipped tonight. UNLV skates it in. They played it behind the net. Flanders at the point. Plays it down towards the goal line. McCollum plays it over there to Wyatt. One-time shot, Anderson saves it.
Beautiful save by Anderson.
Utah tries to whack it out. UNLV barely keeps it in. McCollum there, using his body to keep the puck in. Minutes to go on the power play for UNLV. They center it. Noonan gets a stick on it.
Perfect.
And it goes out. .50 seconds remaining on the power play for UNLV and 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. Puck's in the Utah zone. Slap shot from the point, sticked away.
30 seconds left in the penalty.
And it comes out. Landekusic has some room and some speed. McCollum, the only man back. Landekusic skates it in. Good stick save. Rebound Zeus. And the net comes off. And the whistle will blow, and there will be a penalty. And it's against UNLV. Caleb Strong to the box, and I think it will be 2 minutes for hooking.
Yeah, Michael went down and took out Wixon, but he went down because he got hauled down on that hooking. He gives Wixon a little bit of pat and skates away and says, you know, hey, man, wasn't me. So now teams are even up 4-on-4 for 20 more seconds, and then Utah gets to go on the power play pretty much to finish the game. Let's see if we can capitalize on that and make this the true mirror image of last night.
In back-to-back weekends, Utah has defeated 2 top 10 opponents. And I can tell you that's the first time in history that's ever happened at the M1 level for Utah.
That's right. The number 6.
And number 3.
And last week, number 3 this week.
From Music goes wide. But I think it's safe to say that this one is going to go Utah's way. 80 seconds to go. Demizio skates it in. Wrists one, it deflects up off the stick, and it's out of play. Dick's out of the box, and Utah to the power play for the rest of the contest.
It's kind of like that old computer term, hello world. Utah, we're Utah, we've arrived. So now we have 1:39, and now Utah gets the man advantage.
And
somebody calling a timeout? No.
No, it looks like Ethan Light was unhappy about something, but face-off will be in the Utah zone.
And I talked about the penalties. However, there's only 1:15 left in the game. So 1:15, Utah will have the extra skater.
And in back-to-back weekends, Utah handing 2 undefeated WCHL opponents their first loss in conference play.
And I think what's significant about this one is the one against UCO was a tough 2-0 win. This one was a win with authority against an even higher-ranked opponent.
This game isn't close, folks. This is a dominating performance by Utah.
Fantastic performance and a fantastic show of development by the Utah program.
With 1 minute to go in regulation, Utah will start it from their own side. They're just looking to skate this one away. Utah was up to the challenge down the stretch. Yolanda Kuzik skates it in. And UNLV will try and dump it out. It's kept in by Langenbrunner, and Wixon will have to cover it up.
Boy, a little bit of a broken defense there. And Wixon, there's no way he was going to let that puck bounce around and within reach of Langenbrunner.
Well, last weekend when Utah defeated UCO on Friday night, I said it was the biggest win in program history, but they're going to one-up it this weekend.
And you were right. It's just this weekend, it's happened again.
It is the biggest win at the M1 program level in history. You defeat number 6 last weekend, and you defeat number 3 this weekend. UNLV skates it down, as they're not going away without a fight. They play a one-timer. Nice save by Anderson. So you have a couple of shorthanded chances here. Mazzillo a point shot. Pad save Anderson. 20 on the clock. Landa Kuzik skates it in. Played over to Miller. Good save by Wixon. 10 to go on the clock. The Utah bench is getting loud. The fans clapping their hands and getting loud.
On their feet.
And the final horn sounds. Down goes number 3. Utah beats UNLV 5-1.
How about that? And Landon Anderson is being swarmed by his teammates for good reason. It's what you said, Patrick, that cool, calm demeanor. Honestly, that helped carry the game. That kept everybody on the team cool. And man, what a game. What a victory for the Utah program.
And what a way to go out for Landon Anderson on senior night. That's his final game on home ice in a Utah uniform, and he makes it count. 1 goal given up on 35 shots faced. And he is a huge reason why this Utah team is why they won this game tonight and is where they are right now, as both teams shake hands. And what a performance. That was a complete performance from a team that has looked as good as it's looked all year long. And now we'll see what the rankings do this week in the ACHA M1 level. Will UNLV fall? Will Utah move up? I guess we'll wait and find out. But that is a huge win for the Utes, the biggest one at the M1 level. And they'll dish UNLV their first conference loss, their first loss to Utah.
And when you talk about, when you say program history, it's funny, Patrick, that program hasn't been there that long. You've been here in those early struggling days. It's been a fast rise for this program. It speaks to good things, not just a fast rise and burnout, but there's a strong foundation here. Like you, I can't wait to see next year.
Right, what a game, complete performance by Utah. Defeating 2 top 10 opponents in back-to-back weekends. They go 500 against top 10 opponents at home this season. And they salute the fans, those of you watching at home as well. We thank you for tuning in. That's all the time we have left on this broadcast. We have more hockey here tonight from Salt Lake City. It'll be the W1 Utes facing off against Denver. And we'll see you there for that broadcast, last home broadcast of the season. But thank you so much for tuning in. For Anita Tsuchiya, for myself, Patrick McGann, Utah is victorious over number 3 UNLV 5-1 here in Salt Lake City. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great night. And the Utes win.